Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You just made it in time for the Siege of Khazad-dûm. This, of course, is a custom scenario built by Paladin Bob. And before we get started with this scenario, I do have a little announcement. I just want to explain something really quick. On the bottom right-hand corner, you can see it right now. There's an annotation that will take you straight to the battle. So if you don't care about intros, if you don't care about player names or army comps, you just want to see an epic slaughter, click on that button and it will take you right to the part of the video where the battle begins. So let me know if you like this little feature. If nobody really cares, then I'll probably stop doing it. But if you do like it, let me know. Your voice matters. So back to this scenario. This, of course, is a scenario that you can play. Links in the description. There's a single player version and a multiplayer version. This is the battle where the dwarves are fighting for their mines here, and the goblins are showing up, and Balrog shows up. But unfortunately for multiplayer, Balrog does not work. You see how these goblins are already inside the settlement? They're not outside the defenses. That's because this is supposed to be Balrog. This is supposed to be his presence, but instead we're just gonna have to deal with heavy goblin infantry. Pretty tragic, but the good news is that single player Balrog works. So if you're the dwarves defending against these hordes of orcs and goblins, you also have to fight off Balrog, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting scenario. It's a 3-team scenario. We've got one team of the dwarves, and then over here we have the orcs of Gundabad who are attacking, and then the other team we have the goblins and orcs of the Misty Mountains. So what's going to happen is if they can destroy the dwarves, the orcs are then going to kill each other because only one faction can control the mines of Moria. And there's a lot of armies on this battlefield. There's a lot of players. There's 8 players total. So I'm not going to go over the army comps in detail because it's just going to take forever. But I wrote them down in the description. So if you do want to know in detail, you just go to the description and read them. So let's go ahead and get started and look at the player names and look at all the different armies. So we have one dwarven army commanded by Arrow to the Knee. Got a nice mix of crossbows and halberds and whatnot. And then we have another army commanded by Attila, who has a very nice army of Vault Wardens and guards of Khazad-dûm. And it looks like he is mostly facing against the orcs of Gundabad. And then in the center, near the town center, we have a kind of like a reinforcement reserve force of elves, men, and dwarves. They're all working together. You can't use this army until 15 minutes, and it's commanded by Longbow. So let's go ahead and look at the attackers now. Now, of course, we have Paladin Bob over here leading the orcs of the Misty Mountains, and his force is pretty much all inside, again representing Balrog. And then outside the settlement, we have 2 more armies. We've got Storm. Very nice, bringing some cave trolls, very cool. And then one more army over here, and these are just massive armies. We've got Mr. Deluxe Penguin bringing some nice goblin infantry and some Snagos skirmishers. Now on the other side, there's only 2 armies, the orcs of Gundabad. We've got DJO 419, and we have Yankee Spots. So there we go. There we go. Those are the armies. We're ready to begin this battle. And let me tell you, it starts off quickly because the infantry is right here. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. The Battle of Khazad-dûm is underway. The dwarves are hopeless, but they must fight. They must stand their ground. And we've got a nice little defense here from the iron crossbowmen firing at the heavy goblin infantry. And the stakes are literally going to do nothing to this infantry, but it looks pretty epic. Come on, one more volley. One more volley. Yes. Oh no, it didn't go off. It sounded like it, but that's just a little sound bug. So the battle has officially started. The infantry is now... Oh, there we go, and there goes the gates. The gates are now open. A catapult knocking them down. So the dwarves are pinned between 2 angry armies that are eventually going to kill each other. And it looks like Arrow to the Knee is going to retreat his crossbows and push up his dwarven halberds. And the heavy goblin infantry are going to meet them in battle. There we go. Oh yes. A very nice fight. So if we head back this way to the other side, we see that the orcs of Gundabad are not going to take their time. They're going to storm in here, and the dwarves are already letting loose some bolts from their crossbows. Looks like he's gonna save the trolls for another time. Oh, look, he's running through his men. Oh, I love when trolls run through the... Oh, wait, no, he is sending in the cave trolls. Let's watch this. This is gonna be great. They don't care. They don't give two shits. So this is a really cool siege environment because it works perfect for this like 3-army match. The dwarves are just pinned between 2 armies, and there's only 2 choke points. There's like 2 points to defend. So it gives the dwarves pretty good odds. It's just these armies are massive. Here we go. The trolls are charging in. Oh man, just ripping through their ranks. But the Vault Wardens should be able to hold pretty well. And then we've got a second line of reserve. And look at the trolls are already meeting the second line of reserves. And then we've got the catapult over here stationed a little bit up on the hill. And a ballista letting loose some volleys right into the army of the Orcs of Gundabad. What a great start to this battle. I mean, it's just instant battle. There is battle to be meant. So these dwarves fighting for their people, fighting for their gold, their treasures, fighting for the mines of Moria. Yeah, these trolls are definitely going to be a pain. Oh, and here comes more catapult fire. I mean, it's hard to miss, but yet they only killed a couple there. I mean, look at this river of orcs. They've got their hands full. And the ballista getting some good hits there. Very accurate ballista. Oh my god, the lag fest. What is going on? Some weird sound effects. Here comes another volley. Oh, yes. Got more trolls storming in. The wargs storming in. So I believe he's focusing the very back of their forces with the catapult. Here's a nice little bird's eye view. Look at the trolls storming in. Look at all the little dots. It looks like ants from up here. Another volley. Oh, and he's killed. Oh, he killed a bunch of his own men, but he did kill some trolls there. Let's go ahead and head over to the other front and see what's happening to the fight. Okay, so it looks like the dwarves are still holding strong over here with his halberd men, cutting through the goblin infantry. And finally, they're going to go ahead and commit in some cave trolls. Just cave troll galore. And then here's the rest of the forces from the goblins and orcs of the Misty Mountains. So not as intense compared to the other battle going on the other side here. But we have the general over here, dwarven general charging in. Oh, that catapult getting really good hits. We got wargs now freed up. Oh my goodness. The lag. This is a lot of orcs on the battlefield right here. I do apologize for all the lag. But it is an old game. And now it looks like the dwarves are going to do a tactical retreat, or maybe they're going to reform their lines or go back and try to protect the catapults because they are under attack by wargs right now. Come on, Iron Guard. Look at the artillery though, getting tons of kills from the artillery. And there's really not much the attackers can do here, the Orcs of Gundabad. They just got to keep pushing. Like, there's only one choke point, so you're going to get hit by catapults. And it looks like Attila's got a little flanking force here. He's got some dwarven halberds fighting off some trolls. But they're no match to the trolls. You got all the spears and pike units holding back this army, but the center is completely crushed. Now the Iron Guard are fighting them off. And then we've got this flank over here trying to keep them back. Just the battle lines are crumbling for the orcs. It might be a battle between the Orcs of Gundabad and the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, because the dwarves here are having a tough time. So violent. These guys are going to hold, though. They're going to hold pretty solid there. And then here comes a volley of fire arrows, just kind of going everywhere, just random. Looks like the artillery crew survived, so they're going to go ahead and crew the catapults again. This ballista, unfortunately, is being attacked by a cave troll. But let's go ahead and go to the other fight here, because now the trolls have been engaged against this dwarven defense. And also, we've got a battle going around this choke point here. The dwarves have set up somewhat of a defense. He's got layers of defense. He's got, right now, currently holding back the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. We've got the Vault Wardens doing pretty well against these heavily armored goblins. So this is a very important choke point to protect. And look at this hill of just goblins. That is great. So yeah, this is a very important choke point to protect because it leads to the very back of the town center. So we go through the paths here. Look at this. And here's the reserve forces by Longbow just waiting for them just waiting to engage the enemy. And we have a catapult here now ready to go on this side as well. Hold the line, damn it. Whatever comes through the gates of Moria. We will crush these evil forces. Good God, look at that. I mean, again, it's hard to miss all these forces. You're gonna hit someone. Look at this long line of heavy goblins. They look terrifying. Look at their weapons, all misshapen. Armor, just, you know, random armor that they could scavenge. And if we head back here, look at this cool shot right here. I just wanted to show you this. We've got the guards of Khazad-dûm just slaughtering these orcs. You see all the dead orcs? They're just going to continue to push forward. Eventually the dwarves will die, but they're doing a hell of a job. They're punishing these orcs. I mean, look at that. They just completely outnumbered. Push! It's like watching Spartans against the hordes of Persia. That is nice. But eventually they will be outflanked and cut down. I mean, their flank is already exposed. God, it's like 20 of them fighting off this massive horde. This is so epic. But they might have lost this position right here. But they still have a lot of dwarves left. And now he's sending in the dwarven miners, trying to protect his catapult. He's trying to actually get it out of there. I'm actually quite impressed that it's still alive. But the dwarven miners are very low tier infantry. But they still should do pretty well against the goblin band over here. And yeah, the goblins are breaking. Got the general over here trying to kill this troll who's slaughtering the artillery crew, the catapult crew. So let's head back to the other fight. And it looks like the dwarves are still holding. Iron Guard. Oh, great use of skirmishers. Orcs are not that stupid, I guess. We got the Snaga skirmishers from Mr. Deluxe Penguin firing at the flank of the Iron Guard. That's going to kill a lot of dwarves there. That is a really good tactic. I mean, they're open for a flanking attack like that. So they're going to get cut down. And you hear all the goblins just screaming, doing horrifying sounds. Oh, look at this troll. This is a very confident troll. Behind enemy lines. Oh, geez, a catapult now firing into the dwarven defense. I mean, look how epic of a shot this is. All the goblins just everywhere, like river charging through a river. A river charging through a river. Water charging through whatever. You know what I mean. There's just a lot of goblins everywhere. It's a pretty intense sight to see. But now the dwarves are preparing their final defense. And let's check out this choke point over here. Let's see how the defenses are holding. Well, looks like the goblins broke through there. Let's look at the dead troops here. Yeah, finally they just overwhelm the Vault Wardens, and they're able to push up this path. And now they're going to prepare to fight off against the second layer defense here. It looks like the general's holding. Oh no, he's going to get the hell out of there. He's like, go back to the town center. The defenses are lost. We must go back. So now oh yes, we do have some Vault Wardens. We've got some crossbows that are already firing through the walls. And the elves and men are preparing to hold. How could it come to this? So much death, so much destruction. And if we head back over here, the brave Iron Guard and the guards of Khazad-dûm, they're still fighting, but they're pretty much dead here. Oh, good hit from the catapult though. Here comes another volley. Oh, it doesn't hit anyone though. Oh man. They still have a lot of orcs to cut through. I mean, look at all the orcs here. That is crazy. Come on, Dwarven miners. They're putting up a great fight. Oh, here comes another volley. Oh, yes. That was a good hit. Come on, we can get a better hit than that. I'm glad that he's keeping his catapult here. He's getting some ridiculous kills. So we're going to watch this as long as possible. Here comes some arrows crashing down. Oh, my Jesus. Jeebus. Here comes another volley. Oh, no. Just missed him. Oh, but that was a good one. Oh, I love artillery, especially when the enemy's so blobbed up like this. God, what a battle so far. What a glorious battle. The Snaga archers firing back. Oh, that was cool. They like fired all at once. Did a volley. Here comes another. Oh my god. They are destroying the goblin horde with that catapult. Man, that is intense. More fire arrows going down. I would just use normal arrows to go after the catapult, but it looks like finally some orcs have met this catapult crew and they're cutting him down, and he's gonna go ahead and run away. I don't think he's gonna be able to come back to that catapult though. And if we head back to the defenses over here, more dwarves holding the line. We've got some cave trolls right in the front line, but they're thinning. The Iron Guard, they're down to 34. And if we head to the other choke point, so currently there's 3 choke points. Yes, it looks like the battle for the town center has begun. Got some goblin infantry fighting their lives out, fighting for their lives by killing the dwarves. It's more the dwarves fighting for their lives. You know, goblins, they don't give a crap. Live, die, they don't care. No, they do care. They have morale. They break. But look at, he's just pushing through with pure numbers. And look at the bird's eye view of this fight. That's pretty cool. But I think he should send in some dwarven noblemen, because his Vault Wardens are having a tough time. And this is like, there's a lot of battles going on right now. I'm currently having a battle against, you know, the camera here. Just freaking out. There they go. They're charging in. And they actually do break the goblin infantry. So this is the town center. It's located right here. And the elves are still waiting. I can't wait to watch them in action. Get to see a lot of different races do battle. Race battle. Race war. Alright, so the goblins have finally taken this position. A very strong position, but the dwarves put up a really good fight. Oh, and there goes Attila's general, the dwarven general. A brave dwarven soul has perished in the hands of the goblin scum of Gundabad. So now they're gonna push, and they're gonna go for this point right here. The Dale's swordsmen. Iron crossbows now loading up their crossbows. So pretty soon the orcs are going to meet. The orcs in the Misty Mountain and Gundabad are going to meet. It's gonna be kind of crazy. Look at the crossbows coming down through the walls here. This is a cool shot right here. I don't know why. I like the pillars. Just seeing the pillars and all the goblins inside here. Just so epic. A pretty cool settlement, but you really got to give a lot of money and a lot of troops to the attackers, because you can really hold them back through a couple of choke points. So the army is preparing for the second wave of assault. They prepare to march and destroy men, dwarves, and elves. Whatever gets through their way, they will even kill orc. Watch this, the trolls are about to wreck their own troops. Actually, you know, it wasn't that bad. I was expecting them to all fall down. But they finally destroyed the dwarven defense, and now they push to the final defense. And we got some dwarven warriors holding the line against Mr. Deluxe Penguin's goblin infantry. The crossbows are firing back. Come on, crossbows. And they can fire through this wall. Just, you know, it's more there for a visual. It's not really there. Like, the game doesn't recognize it as an actual wall. So the arrows can go through it, which is pretty good for the dwarves. It's a magical wall. And I assume the elven spearmen here are going to hold this position. He's got his bows ready. I believe he's saving his ammo, or maybe he can't use them yet. And if we hit, oh, that is not good. Look at that volley from the heavy goblin archers. That is terrifying. Oh, look at the blood splatter everywhere. Spray everywhere. Volt Warden's getting in position. Now the Iron Crossbows are now fighting. He's keeping some Iron Guard in reserve. It is not looking good for the dwarves. But the question is, who will be the last army standing? Who will take Moria? Will it be the Gundabad or the Orcs of the Misty Mountain? Oh, jeez. Oh, some friendly fire. That's not good. Oh, here comes the trolls. Trolls are just so good at destroying, like, units trying to hold a choke point. They can just rip through and cause chaos. There they go. Kicking dwarves. So rude. I think they should give up this position and let the orcs meet in battle. Like the orcs in the Misty Mountain and Gundabad, just let them meet in battle. But we got a catapult here firing. Oh! He killed a lot of his own dwarves there. That's not good. Oh no! And here comes the orcs of Gundabad. The Dale swordsmen holding them back. This is it for their defense though. They need more. Both sides are crumbling. The orcs are about to meet in a glorious battle. Oh shit! Why? Why the catapult crew was paid off by the orcs and they're slaughtering their own men? What is this? The Dragon Slayers are now being activated by Longbow. So I think he's gonna send them over to this side to hold back the orcs of the Gundabad. Orcs of Gundabad. But what about over here? It's not looking great, but he's got a lot of dwarves defending. Let's see, how many forces do they have over here? They've got a lot, guys. Good God. This is going to be quite the brawl because we're not even halfway, or we're just now halfway through the battle, so whew, there's still a lot of slaughter to watch. And I wouldn't spend this time with anyone else but with you guys, because I love you guys that much. Watching a good old slaughter with my subscribers. Alright, here comes the Snaga archers. They're now exposed. If he could, oh yes, he's going to pursue them. Going to charge in and meet them in melee. The Dragon Slayers are also going to charge. It's so nice to see elves and men fighting together. Oh man, but they've got like a small unit of dwarven warriors trying to keep them back. Got the Iron Crossbowmen getting in position. I believe he's going to try to fire at the flank of these orcs of the Misty Mountain. But yeah, the orc armies have yet to meet in battle. We've got some dwarven axemen. Check them out. They look awesome. They're about to charge in. Support their Dragon Slayers. Here we go. Support the Men of Dale. And look at this battle. The bird's eye view of this fight is really awesome. But the endless horde of orcs is just, it's endless. They're running out of defenders. And finally the elven bows are now releasing some arrows in the face. The Sylvan heavy archers. That's pretty cool. I love the elves, man. Very glorious looking. Hey, but the dwarves are still holding here. You gotta give them credit. Oh, the ballista killed a dwarf. Like, he straight up killed a dwarf. Like, that was a dwarf holding a banner there, right? Or was that a goblin? Oh, that might have been a goblin. Yeah, that was a goblin. Okay. Oh, just stop shooting that catapult. Oh, you know what? It killed more goblins. Okay. It's not as bad. But here comes the elven bows. The best archers of all of Middle-earth. We even have some Volt Wardens going to help defend this other side. They're doing a good job. I mean, they're holding. They're absolutely holding. I'm quite impressed by the dwarves. I thought this was going to be over quick for them. Let's go ahead and watch a volley from the catapult, because, you know, that's what we live for. At least that's what I live for. I don't know about you guys. But since this is my YouTube channel, we're living for it. Oh, jeez. I mean, he killed one guy. Gotta try to get better shots than that. How are the dwarves holding in this choke point? They're holding. They're doing pretty well. These are some elite soldiers. They're doing just fine. Got a couple generals over here. We got this general, and then we have the general over here. Very cool. So the noble family are defending the halls of Moria, Khazad-dûm. Yeah, I don't know. The catapult, I would try to aim, like, the units back here. I would try to take out their catapult. But there's so many orcs. I mean, did you look over that little hill there and see all those orcs? It's ridiculous. Oh, God, that catapult is ruthless. There we go. The dwarves have decided to split their forces and defend 2 choke points now. So I think they're getting a little too aggressive. I think they should let the orcs of Gundabad just charge up and face them in 1 choke point. But the brave Dale swordsmen, they're down to 13, but they're going to continue to fight. They want to help their allies, the dwarven allies, because of that glorious, rich trade that they have between them. But yeah, I would just give up this position, go to this choke point, and just let the orcs kill each other. Maybe it was a rule where you have to defend this area. Well, let's get a nice little, like, zoom in of this army. Just ready to charge. I mean, it's endless, guys. My God, it ends right here. Look at this. Look at all the orcs. The dwarves have definitely killed a lot of them, but oof, I don't know if they have enough. I mean, pretty soon they're going to run out of troops. I mean, the Dragon Slayers are down to 31. That's still a pretty good number, but it's not really large enough to defend this area. And then the Axemen are down to 52. So they're still going pretty strong. Oh, killed some dwarf. Oh no. Both a man and an orc there died. The axes are doing really well. Very nice. And the elves still firing their bows. Pretty soon they're going to run out of ammo. These guys are pretty good in melee though. So they're kind of like an infantry unit that has the capability of shooting bows. How the dwarves doing over here? Oh man, they're running out of troops. They are definitely running out of troops. Paladin Bob, he's got some goblin infantry over here. Come on, dwarves. I believe in you. You might be iron crossbowmen, but you can fight in melee. You can do it. You must fight for your riches, for your people, for the halls of Moria. Could you imagine if Balrog was in this battle? I mean, how crazy would that be? Just watching him stomping around, just slaughtering all these dwarves. It'd be crazy. But I believe the dwarves are down to 19 iron crossbowmen holding back the heavy goblin infantry. And it looks like the dwarves are setting up their defense for this little choke point over here. Yes, see how he's got his Vault Wardens. He's got his Dwarven Warriors preparing to hold. Got the elves in the center. The elven bows still firing. You even have a general over here. Oh, a good hit into the ranks of the orcs of the Misty Mountain. Let's see how the other defense is holding. Oh no, it's not holding. It looks like they destroyed the Dragon Slayer defense. And now the Axemen are getting surrounded. See, this is why you shouldn't have defended those 2 choke points. You should have fell back and went this way. Oh, but this is a cool shot right here. That's awesome. Destroy them! There we go. It's the defense is lost. He only has 1 unit of iron crossbowmen keeping him back. God, what a battle, guys. This has just been a super grind. And here we go. Look at the goblin halberds. You can see their weapons pushing forward. Oh man, I just can't wait to watch the orcs charge into each other. That's gonna be pretty awesome. Well, let's go back to this choke point. The dwarves are, they're holding. Look at all the dead orc over here. That is crazy. Oh, the arrows piercing the armor of the iron crossbowmen. And now they're sending in their last unit of Axemen of Erebor. I definitely think they should retreat. Or wait, this is the town center. I'm sorry, guys. I had a brain fart there. For the entire time, I thought the town center was right here. But no, it's right here. That's why they're defending this town center so much. It's just because they don't want to lose it. Okay, this totally makes sense now. My bad. You're probably like, Apollo, what the hell are you talking about? That's alright. I'm still getting used to the mines of Moria. Yeah, so I think it's even a much larger mistake that the dwarves were so aggressive out here. He should have only defended this spot. I guess because he wanted to kill those archers, but I think he should have fell back. Retreat back. Here we go. Oh, they are about to meet in battle, the orcs of Gundabad and the orcs of the Misty Mountains. See, this is why, this makes sense right here. Why the elves are kind of sitting back. They're kind of letting the orcs come together. If I was the dwarves, I would just let them meet in battle. Just let them collide. But they're slowly inching forward. Who will capture Khazad-dûm? Only time will tell. The Axemen of Erebor, they're gonna hold for a long time, guys. I don't expect these orcs to make it through until a very long time. Let's see, how many more forces do they have over here? Not much. So maybe they will be able to defeat the orcs over here, because they are running out of troops. Oh, this is a glorious fight right here. Come on, dwarves. Fight for your people. Oh, I got fire arrows coming down now. Yes! The dwarves are about to collide, guys. They are about to fight. Oh, this is so much fun. Like, I've never seen a siege battle like this. And like I said earlier, Moria is the perfect environment for this because there's two completely different sides. There we go. We've got the orcs of Gundabad against the orcs of the Misty Mountain. And they are fighting. Oh, this is sweet. And then we also have some fighting over here. Look at, they're just getting out of the way. They're like, let the orcs fight each other. This is awesome. And then we got the elves just killing whatever at this point. It's like, just fire somewhere down there, you'll kill someone. And the dwarven general charging in first. Look at that. He's like, fight for my people. Going after the orc halberd. Yes. Fire down on the orc halberds. Oh, jeez. They just killed that catapult. It wasn't, there wasn't a crew on it, but whatever. Oh, yes. So, yeah, the orcs of Gundabad are trying to contain the orcs of the Misty Mountain. See how they're being really aggressive? They want to pin them down there. Oh, my God. That was a good hit. Some beautiful, beautiful catapult hits right here. And they've got the catapult right here. Look at this epic catapult. Loading up, ready to go. Oh my God. Look at the armies, guys. Oh, what happened there? That was weird. Come on, fire. The elves. Look at the elves in the background just firing into the huge blob. Well, if you look at the balance of power, it's definitely in the orcs of the Misty Mountains' favor. So if I was the elves, I would focus my shots on the orcs of the Misty Mountain. Just get them out of the fight. Because the orcs of Gundabad are pretty depleted. Oh, look at the volleys though. This is such a cool angle. I just want to see the catapults fire. Oh, there we go. Not really getting a lot of kills there, unfortunately. Ooh, and the elves are retreating back this way. Yes, it's because the orcs of the Misty Mountain have broken through. We've got the archers taking out their long two-handed blades here. Oh man, the axemen are breaking. They're pushing through. And the dwarves over here, this is a general. It looks like they're just waiting in reserve. But yeah, they definitely can't give up this position because then they'll be just completely surrounded. So we've got dwarves fighting off two different armies that are fighting each other. It's like Inception over here. What a battle. What a freaking battle. Oh my god. Where's didn't the orcs of Gundabad, don't they have a catapult? I believe they do. Do they not? They do. What happened? Push it forward. What is going on here? This is so important that they get this in the fight. That is a tragic, tragic miss right there. He's got a lot of halberds just kind of sitting around. So the orcs of Gundabad just are breaking to the might of the goblin infantry. Got some ballista crew waiting in reserve. And now that the elves have committed everything over here to try to fight off the hordes. And I think this is enough to defeat them. Because they have the dwarven nobles, you've got these awesome archers, and then you've got the spears over here. And they're pretty tough to kill. And this is really what's left of the orcs and this catapult. There's still a pretty long time left in this battle. And the goblins are charging forward. Nothing stands in their way now. Not even their enemy orcs. Oh, and there goes a dwarven general. He dies to the orcs of Gundabad, the orc bodyguard. So it's a little hard to tell what's going on, but hopefully you can use the flags there on the or never pushed up their catapults, which this catapult would be so very important. Now they're just going for the town center. And the dwarves here have formed shield wall. And the catapult for the orcs of the Misty Mountain are just going to continue to harass the halberds over here. Oh my god. Oh, look at this. The elves are having a tough time, actually. Wow. What a brutal fight. I don't know. I still think they can win this. I mean, there's not a lot of goblins left, and it's like goblin infantry, which is not the best. Here's a little bird's eye view of the fight. Oh, they've gained control of the center. Oh my god. He just hit a bunch of his own men. So they were in control. Then he killed a bunch of his own men. This catapult did. And they're regrouping their forces. I don't think they want to win through a capture. I think they want to slaughter everyone. Oh, and there goes a general. I'm not sure who. I think that was the orcs of the Misty Mountain, or it could have been orcs of Gundabad. I'm really not too sure. But this is a very epic defense here from the dwarves and the elves fighting together. It's a pleasant sight, but it just not in this situation. Not with this the circumstances here. And now the town center is controlled of the orcs of the Misty Mountain. And the troops here are just getting shot to death. Tragic. Yeah, I mean, Gundabad's pretty much defeated at this point of the battle, though the catapult here could have gotten a lot of kills, and I'm not sure what's going on with their armies. Very unfortunate. But I believe this is going to come down to the dwarves and elves between the and against the orcs of the Misty Mountain. They just got to break through their lines here. And the troops over here are thinning on both sides, really. Come on, elves. The balance of forces are even. Got a brave general fighting for his people. 2 minutes left until they capture the town center, so I guess maybe they are going for a capture. I mean, look how many troops are left from the goblins. Oh, we admit defeat by somebody. My goodness. I mean, there's a lot of death and destruction in this fight. A lot of death and destruction. Oh my god, camera, please. A lot of battling going on here. I mean, look at all the dead orcs over here. And now they are going to capture the town center. And they are just slaughtering the dwarves. Oh, the elves are breaking. Yes, the orcs have finally broke through from this choke point. Look at all the dead bodies here. Wow. What a battle. Oh man, I would not want to fight a battle underground. That just sounds, enjoy their epic last stand. And there goes the general. Ugh. A very tragic sight to see. The noblemen fight on without the leader. Their leader, the king of Moria. Now the orcs of Gundabad are just charging out, or not the orcs of Gundabad, the orcs in the Misty Mountain charging out, killing the orcs of Gundabad. And the battle here is coming to a close. There's just a minute left. And I assume we can go ahead and just fast forward until they capture. Look at all these goblins. They are now under control of the town center. So yeah, I still think that they should have just let the two orc armies meet in this town center, because they would have killed each other and your troops would have survived for a decent amount of time. Like the dwarves here would have survived a decent amount of time. So, wait, were they on a team? No, they weren't on a team. That's just the way it's presented here. But the goblins here on this side, we've got historical leaders as well. I don't remember each player who they were leading, but we've got not amazing kills from the orcs of the Misty Mountains. But if you look at the dwarves here, look how many kills they've gotten. That is insane. There's a lot of troops on this battlefield. 2,000, almost 2,000. This guy got 2,000 exact. And then the orcs of Gundabad, one player got 1,000 and the other one got 200. So this is just a big old slaughter. I bet this is really fun single player, like just trying to defend against the hordes between the orcs there. But this is Paladin Bob's results here. If we look at what he got, didn't do amazing, but he got some kills here. Oh, we can actually look at all of them. That's cool. So, let's see, 71, 72 from his catapult. His catapult actually doing the best, which is pretty funny. His bodyguard got 0 kills. I guess he just didn't send him in battle. The other Misty Mountain player here, let's see, not doing so great. 77 kills with his heavy goblin archers. And the other goblin force here, see, this is Balrog of Moria. It was supposed to be the general, but instead it's just orc bodyguards. But he got 95 kills with this heavy goblin infantry. So very cool. I hope you enjoyed this little scenario. Very interesting, very unique. And be sure to download it, try it yourself, get some friends together. It does, you need 8 players, so you need a lot of players, and that can be a little tricky and get a little laggy. But I hope you enjoyed this nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.